So initially, when you started playing in the church, like how was your father with all of that? Like, did he see any of your work? Was he here for any of it?
Yeah, he passed away this past January, so he's seen a
Oh,
lot of
so it's
what I've
fresh.
done.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's all right. It's part of life, yeah, So
It is, but I try not to be that. It is, but people. So how did
nah,
he feel about it? Going
my
from the
father.
church, he was in the church,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
you're in what they church people consider secular.
right.
So how did he feel about that?
Listen, I'm glad you asked that because I tell people this all the time. If my father wasn't beefing about what I was doing, I ain't worried about none of y'all because my father was a pastor. You know what
Oh,
I'm
you're
saying?
a
So
PK,
yeah,
a
uh,
preacher's
he
kid.
wasn't.
You're
He wasn't like I said. He rededicated his life, so I
right.
wasn't always a pre-K. A
But that's
pre-K.
how. But listen, that's how
PK.
that's how God works. So like
Right.
He can only use the people that's been out there like this.
Right, exactly. And my
Okay.
father was out there.
Okay.
Um but yeah, it was a blessing to have his vote of confidence and stamp of approval as well.
Uh-huh.
He was always for it. Um when I first started, he was just going along with the ride. He wanted to see if I was going to be consistent with it because when you're a teenager, you like things, you're not consistent. I
Right.
was into sports. I wanted to be a basketball player like he was,
Mhm.
right? So that's what I was into. So when I got into music, he was like, "All right, well, let's see if you stick with it." And I stuck with it. And over
Uh-huh.
time, it was like, "Oh, you good." And from that point on, I'm glad he able to see some of my accomplishments. When I got my apparel, I had the Moment hats. He went and bought like a whole handful and sold them to the complex he was at. He was always wearing that hat, real proud. And when I was on TV, he called, "You on TV? You on TV?" He calling all his friends, so he was real happy and proud of what I was doing.